from ballet, from Ismaili. For that, after that, we have in the middle, without bars, character, exercise, character, the dance. This here to can moving, you moving, but you have the established way, and you know what's your body, what's your the things, right? Here, this is a girl, they can do the technique. Other girls, other kind, they going to workshops to have new material. But these girls too have a very things that they closed their creatable, how to create. They imitated. They saw the teachers and they take from the dance and they're going next day to dance in a restaurant, in this, I don't know, in any place that you want, or performance. And she is a copy from the teacher. But we need it. I need it because sometimes she will do development. The third, that they tell me, the head can't read. They didn't the letters of reading of primary school. Not in the fact, I mean in the dance. They didn't know the language of the dance. Not in the reality. I mean in the language of dance, not language yet. They say, excuse me, sir, I'm a spontaneous dancer. Give me the music, I'll move. Give me the music, I'll move. Or that some of my, I didn't say something, coming to me, say, give me some elements and I will give you the money. I didn't know. I didn't need your money. Give me some sentence. I didn't know sentence. This third, very, very, I'm with them, but they didn't like to remember. They didn't like to have the A, B, C to mix a word. And after the word, she can do the sentence. And from the sentence, she can do the first action. And from action, they have the dance. Now this is science. We can escape from this. لا, leave me. أنا أم كلثوم بقى. I'll fail. She didn't have background of elements. What she will do? She did her hair. She sat in the ground until like this. She opened her. She did scream. She did clapping. She did her things as she want. Many things I don't know. I saw. This is my life. But she can't return to be a pointer.
So here you're talking about dancers who don't study the basics and history and culture and the nature of like music and dance styles that they are presenting, right? So it's basically, if you're given the music, well, okay, you can do whatever, but it's not necessarily that your dance will really match what the music express, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. How can she speak and she didn't know the language?
Right.
Yeah, and you speak with English now. I told you, and Brangara Chinga. Yeah, well, yes, you understand? I understand. Now, this English.
Right.
This is, we should have like any things in the world have beginning and end. Through this is, you should know where you go. If you would to be even the spontaneous, they have a law. يعني الكوميديا dell'arte, spontaneous speech, but not spontaneous in the character. He makes the character established. Mm-hmm. The doctor and the five servants and the five masters. They have the capitan is capitan. You can change him. The capitan in the ship. He pretended, but he is capitan. He's speaking by the way of the capitan. It is not spontaneous. He lose. He started the character. Yes. And we studied the Godeth, Medina Godeth in New York, how to do the spontaneous theater through the through the war in Vietnam, and she read the newspaper and they coming. But she have the father and she have the mother and خلاص father, I speak the father. How about spontan? No. It means that they read the newspaper and do. Even the spontan from Commedia dell'arte until now, they didn't say spontan. They spontan in speech, but the character is established, and the character created the word for the character. She dancing Bedouin. She should work about Bedouin, not technique, but the elements Bedouin. She dancing from Alexandria, Melaya, for example. She did the function of Melaya. Why is Melaya? Not the tiki tika rika rika tika bum bum. Khalas, bravo. She has the force, she's young, and she did other language of Melaya. We should keep the Melaya with the form of Melaya. Why Melaya? She should know. If she didn't know the background, how can she do the future?
Right. Sometimes we are too focused on doing visual effects without forgetting that every movement originally has specific meaning. So even if you are taking some folkloric style, it's not only about how you use that prop or how impressive you are. It's about, are you doing any meaning in your movements?
That's now you're speaking like me. I'm very happy. Because this is very big theme, very big, special. You're taking from the Pharaonic time, Coptic or Christian time, Islamic time. You know, the Turkish in Egypt is 500 years, 5th century. But they can destroy it, the traditions. This is the form, sure, form, but established. We can build again the very high things.
Right? I also want to do one more clarification because you touched a very interesting for all dancers topic, the roots of belly dance actually, and you sort of separated belly dance from folklore styles of Egypt, sort of like maybe I don't know, maybe I misunderstood, but you sort of mentioned that the travelers, foreign travelers who saw the dance and named it for the first time as belly dance, they actually saw the dances of nomadic tribes that they're not Egyptians. But at the same time, you connected to Pharaonic. I kind of feel there was so much information that maybe I'm confusing things, and like dances maybe like sort of in between. There's a lot of interesting information and new material. Can you sort of clarify a little bit and go back so that there is no misunderstanding? In your research, belly dance or oriental dance as we see here, where it belongs in the history and how much it's connected to folkloric dances of Egypt, to dances of nomadic tribes, and to pharaonic dances?
I told you, I remember you this in the streets, we can walk like this and like this, because we have many functions, many life. If you have this function, it means you have the folklore. Right?
So if you're taking movements from everyday life and incorporate them in dance, this is a folkloric dance, right?
And from the folkloric dance, the priest in the temples that they using this there, or they created from where? They were sleeping and they tell them that? No, they are women. They taking the movement from the women in many functions to put it for the sun, Ra. Sun, Ra, he is the god of the life, the light of the light. It means that's always they using their hands here. And then we're taking for the other life there. And then they will have the eternal. And then she will have to born a new generation without ending. And then if they are doing the movement of here, it means that the movement of this is here to give you the moving of the sea. If they're doing the earthquake here, It means this is the earth. They translate the philosophy of there from the mythologia. We say fact. In this time we say mythologia, but in their time they are facts. Yes. Yani if Omer write that's Aris, he taking the letters from the mountain to the other earth to Minerva. This is, you can another thing. Iris, the in Odessa in Odessa, which coming with a bowl of golden gold and she threw it and they're coming to the earth and they're coming to Paris to each one coming to give her the golden ball, and he refused except for Venus. Until this is the movement in this from Greek, yes, from Greek, and the Oriental dance too, coming from the temples, as you say, from temples borrow that from the folklore. But when I explain to you that we have in Haggala to establish her movement in the earth, not Felvan and this year, to be established here. This meaning. When she put her hand here, why she didn't put her hand here? She put her hand here to have the balance in the sand. But in the pharaonic way, I'll give you example. The example which I was searching for you now, very simple. It's coming. You know that in the pharaonic we did our hand like this and the legs. Did you see my legs here?
Yeah, so it's sort of diagonal hand up, leg. No, diagonal leg and
This is 90%. This is 90
arm up, like 90 angles.
I search for angle. This is angel here, and this is from here to here angel, 90, and this is from here to here 90.
90 everywhere 90.
And the legs here 92.
The same.
Yeah, and the feet. We didn't take a point or demi point. It's like this. Yes. For that they're doing the mechanical, the hands opposite of the leg, like you're walking. You're walking in the street, you can't walk like this. Here, did you know when you're studying this, you will surprised. You will find in the Saidi dance. You know Saidi?
Yes.
Upper of Egypt. The same. Oh my God, the same. If the folklore didn't die, you can development in your development, but in the folklore, like your language, like your tradition, like your blood, like your breathing, impossible. For that we say, folk is popular, folklore art. It means the art of the popular. For that, each our things, she's taking from the folklore to the other branches. For that, if you see the theory, the girls do that, not us, because they borrow from the folk to be near the heart of the soul of the audience. If she did something no other, they refuse her inside, because he should see himself. No, this is not our. Now, you know, Egyptian, when they see the girls, they doing in the ground and doing like this and like, they didn't like it. Because they're out of the form, out of the traditions, out of their anthropology. But girls like this, bravo. We saw something beautiful. She come like this and she, bravo. But this is not ours. Other societies. Other societies. But he amused himself by half-necked girl. Give him. That's right. Another thing to answer your questions for the another things too for the life and death. Yes, in Oriental dance coming by the magic coming. This other lectures you can take in this. You find from the religion affected until we have Tsar. If you read about Tsar, This is coming from where, yani? And we have the Mulid, that's in the, and we found until we have the Jalaluddin Rumi Alan Lad from Sufi. Yes, this has the Mawlawiyah. Mawlawiyah is coming from Jalaluddin Rumi, which he was the poet about the Prophet Muhammad. And he escaped from Iran because he is Sunni and they are Shiite. This is not the questions. But there are three. One is coming to Egypt, one's called Sad Badawi. And he did Dervish dance, turning. The people didn't know what it is a Tanura dance. Tanura means skirt of the women. There's not. We did study about this. Next lecture, I will give you this, the religion dance. So that's this. All this is when you're getting at the girls. Sometimes she turning with the dressing Oriental dance, with the pharaonic dressing. I say not Oriental dance. Pharaonic dressing. She turned. She said she transformed her body from the material things to being spiritual. Even 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, I don't know, but what she feels. We have this is Badubaskia. This is another flying on the River Nile, which is the festival of the River Nile, which give him a girl from 16 years to be queens of the River Nile. Through her, for him, to keep his, don't give water floating, to kill the people and kill that eating for them. And for this we have the eternal kiss. When she comes down, the God kiss her, she can live in the sea, under the water, and for that comes Siren to be another very big history about this dancing in this. You think that the people in the River Nile, they dancing Darwish, or they dancing Pharaonia, they dancing folklore. Muzmar, Winay, Tabla, they dancing about the women, they have these things from Egypt traditions. Why they didn't say in India the women is half naked here? Why they didn't say this is against Oriental dance or with Oriental dance? The costumes, the tradition of costumes. Yes. If you come in Egypt, inshallah, by the word of God, I have a new project now. It's called Roots of Oriental Dance. And we take a ship, a cruise, to visit from the temple of Horus in Qina to Luxor, to Aswan, to the temple of Isis. And we say Luxor, Aswan, temples of Karnak, temples of Tutankhamun, and all the things which drawing. I do the example for them and the development of movement in Oriental dance. This is a very successful project. Alhamdulillah, thanks for God. I have this now. I have many, many, many journeys from the girls to discover themselves. They're crying when they saw the facts in front of them. Yeah, why you doing that? Why you dance that? Why you turning this? Here, yes. And we're training in the ship. But we didn't sleep. And we will do this as soon, inshallah. For that, the girls, the really girls, they're very anxious to know the roots, the fundamentals, the costumes, the music. See the instrumental music, drawing, this is the harp. Al-harp here, Anun. That's right. Dance of stick dance. We didn't have inside in Pharaoh stick dance for women. But the woman would like to prove that she can dance that. Do it. This here, this here, this here, this here, this here. When you touch the fact, it's better. You can develop it. By here. By here.
And when does those trips, is it a group trips with specific dates? Because I'm sure everyone who listens now
It,
is like, I want to go. So when is the nearest, like, next one?
the nearest would be in October. This October will be with some Holland girls and some American girls. They will come about 9, 10. If you would like, we will give you the explanation. But send me your address in here exactly. We'll send you. Come or not come. You can do our agency there in Toronto. You are in Canada, yes? Or
Yes, but
in,
I'm sure dancers around the world, whoever is listening is curious how to join the group. So is it some dancers that need to form the group themselves
yes,
and bring together, or
sure.
are you announcing dates and
Yes,
everyone
you
can
can.
join?
You told them what year, this year, next year. Then we will do. You said you ask them what's the suitable time for you. This is here. We have vacation. We have schools. My daughters, my son. You collect the times, and we will do this as the biggest of them, or the best things we do. This really, Yani, in April in Isinta, in Isin, in spring, and we did that in the new year in December. They come the new year in Aswan, and this is on the ships. It is very good. They like this very much, and we did that in October. You
Hmm.
had October, December, is in time April. This is they can choose one of this time. I
Hmm.
didn't do festivals. I do always seminars and discussion and problems of Oriental dance and dance and this. I skip from the festivals. Festivals was other my students. They do that. But me, I like to have discuss, to discover the fact. Yes, not to admit, okay. But for that, I hope that you are young and I'm an old man, that you push that.
Recommendation for all dancers who are listening now and curious about group cruise trip to discover the roots of belly dance. You have basically two options. You can either form your own group from your own country and contact Hassan Khalil to discover specific dates for your group, or you can, if you just want to join existing group, maybe you can just contact and inquire about existing dates, and then one or two people, if you want just to join, maybe you'll get lucky to join if it's not full yet.
And in the fact I have in Egypt the biggest center of Oriental culture.
Hmm.
This is called ISOC, ISOC, International Sarai of Oriental Culture. This is any time you have private lessons or group lessons. We have a place for 8 girls, but we have hotel beside us. So they can take 20, 25 as any number. We can adapt it this together through, I mean, the through you too, because you are interested in this. And we can do how we have many courses. First courses, we have technique. Second, we have how to be a teacher in Oriental dance because my work is a pedagogue. I teach this is I'm very famous in this in all the world. The third, how to do choreography for yourself
Hmm.
because you are different of the other. You have measure of your body different with the other. For that, you can do the same dance, but in your character, in your body, in your space. The fifth, we have only this is to do. We have seminars to discuss with you, and all the time we can bring to you. If you didn't taqasim for technique, we have orchestra to coming to you. My villa, al is 3 floors, and we have two places of two salon of exercise, and we have a beautiful swimming pool, 11 meter by 8 meter. You can to the sun, and they have roof garden up. And I'm sitting over Citadel. We arrange an interior journey for the Citadel, for the old Egypt, old Cairo, and Islamic Cairo, and Coptic Cairo, and folklore Cairo. And we have many things to see, and we have very good things too. We have something it's called uh, Pharaonic Village. You can see the symbols of our ethnographic in the time of Pharaonic to believe in my talk. You will see this is practical, and I help this as a science and practical. In this, you will see the fishermen, the farmer, and the traditions, and the homes, and how they built their homes, how the women do the maquillage there, because Egypt is very famous by maquillage and very different women, how they do the bath, how they do the agriculture, how they do the wine, because Egypt one of the biggest wine in all the world now. You will find many things artistically and in life, in your life. You will prove at last that you are human being with a many continent, but this world is very small because the human being is the same from Adam and Eve. So that's welcome through you. I like you to enjoy us in this one of these things. And with the lectures, this I bring most of the lectures for the music, like Sam Ramsey from England, he coming, and we have many other things. And I have something from Australia too. Many professors they visit me, and I hope that I did my message to the girls before I go upstairs to zero from up.
Well, many more years first to teach all of us with your awesome knowledge.
I hope.
Um,
I
but
hope.
I for sure will put all links to the show notes to this episode, so dancers, whoever wants to contact you and study more and hopefully even
Yeah.
visit Cairo and your school, they can easily contact and find more information. So as usual, all links will be in the show notes. And I feel we can keep talking and talking, and I kind of feel we need a series of lectures and interviews to dig into
Yes,
all.
welcome. Welcome. You can do with you many series in the Pharaonic time, in the Coptic time, in the Islamic time, in the Turkish time, and the modern time, and ultra modern time. That's now media culture. I can, without any money, without anything, without any thinking, I serve the girls in all the world to have this substance, to have some background for researching, to do the really art Oriental dance in their countries, to be my ambassadors of the Oriental dance in all the world. Inshallah.
That's very,
Inshallah.
very kind and generous of you.
This is my work as a father now. They called me always Papa Hassan. And by the way, for all the girls, if they would like to see my history, they come in YouTube and write Life, Life, Hassan Khalil in small, Hassan, Hassan, Khalil, Khalil. It's appear Hassan Khalil for them, for all his work through his life. It's called Life of Hassan Khalil. This is film then for the UNESCO and for other helping to us. And they taking my film in my center, my villa of Izok. You will see everything about me.
Yeah, I will also add link to this video in the show notes so people can easily find it. And I always sum up every podcast episode. We have our signature question, and I'm very excited to hear the answer from you. This is more on a personal note than a historical or research note, but I'm sure you will have connections everywhere. But the question is, what makes you fall in love with Oriental dance again and again? So you study, you work on it for so many years.
I told you this in the beginning, but I will repeat this again. I saw the life without woman, without Eve. It's no life. Second, when I search the happiness of my mother, my sister, my daughters, and you, and all the world feminine, I push them to feel the happiness through their body and their soul, to be spiritual things, not to be in a mechanical move. Third, when I told you that I find myself, ask myself from where I come, I found myself that I was in the womb of my mother. For that, I have a mechanical. I have life. She born me. She have very tired when she born me, paining, and she feed me. She teach me. It means that the Eva for me, she is the principle of life and should serve her through her habits, through her traditions, through her body, through her movement, through her praying, through her culture, to give her everything that I have. It makes her happy and life, and to dance, and to dance, and to dance, to cataracts, to through her problems in her body, in her soul, to scream as she want, to be in the flying as she want, to be in the earth as she want, to give us the life, to feed me the life. When I young, a youth, and old, and she would bury me in the ground with life, with happiness too. That I did my job well. This is my interest for the Oriental dance, for the body and soul of the woman.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. That's very, very beautiful.
And thank you very much that you have the contact for me. And thank you very much for my friend, my student friend, my artistic daughter.
Sadi.
Sadi. Sadi, it means lady, Sayyidati, Sadi. She is in front of me, angel for the Oriental dance. And all the girls, I like to be another angel of Oriental dance. God bless you and give them all blessing. And each one who think for the Oriental dance will be, God help him and the angel around him. Around her, sorry, not him.
She's true angel, and I'm very grateful she referenced you in her previous interview with Belly Dance Live podcast, and I'm very grateful she put us in contact with you so we can listen and study from your chest of wisdom and knowledge about this dance form. So thank you both to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if so, do you know the best way to support this project is to share it with your friends. It takes few seconds, costs you nothing, but it helps a lot to move this project forward and help me to bring more awesome guests on the podcast in the future. You can tell your friend, you can send a message, email, you can screenshot and put a post on social media, whatever works better for you. But if every one of you will share this episode at least with one more person, it will make a huge difference for this podcast. Thank you for spending your time with us, for your support and love. And until next time, keep shimming, keep dancing, and I will see you soon.